Welcome back. I'm actually going to do problem number 8 instead of problem number 2 because I want to give you an example of a sideways parabola and how to work that out. So let's look at problem number 8, and it's asking us to write the vertex form given the following information. We know the vertex is at -10, 2. So again, my recommendation is to draw the picture, a rough sketch of where this is, okay? Doesn't have to look great, just has to be a rough sketch. So -10, 2, I'm going to go over -10 up 2. It's roughly here. And before I figure out how to draw the parabola, I want to put in my focus point for a frame of reference. So think about -41 over 4, right? -40 over 4 would be -10. So this -41 over 4 is a little bit bigger than that in the negative direction. So it's actually going to be a little bit to the left, and it's going to be up 2. So my focus point is going to be here, which means my parabola is sideways facing and opens leftward. Okay? So my vertex is -10, 2. My focus point is -41 over 4, 2. Okay, now, because I have a sideways parabola, I must be very careful to write the vertex form of the sideways parabola. Remember, you can go back to look in your notes, but this starts with x equals a times the quantity y minus k squared plus h, okay? Now, I want to fill in a, h, and k, and I remember that even though my vertex is sideways here, this point is still hk. So make a careful note of that and let's start filling things in. So I know x equals, I don't know my a value yet, but it's going to be y minus k. So here it's going to be y minus 2 quantity squared plus my -10. Okay. Now, the thing I know about a is I know that a has to be less than 0. If you remember from some of those beginning videos, when I have a parabola opening leftward, my a value is negative. Conversely, when I have a parabola opening rightward, my a value is positive. So I know this is some negative number. The question is negative what? So again, I'm going to go back to my formula that p equals 1 over 4a. And remember, p is the distance between the vertex and the focal point. So this distance here is my p value, and I just have to think about what that is. Well, if I think of -10 as -40 over 4, and I think of this value as -41 over 4, it seems like p is a distance of 1/4, okay? And you're going to be able to see right away that a is 1, right? Because what other value is going to make 1/4 equal to 1/4? But because I know that I'm opening leftward, I know that a is negative. So I really want to make my a -1. And now that I know a is -1, I can come back and plug that in. I get x equals -1 times the quantity y minus 2 squared minus 10. Okay. What I'd like you to do is, using the example from problem number 1 and problem number 8, I'd like you to complete problems 2 through 7 on this parabolas whiteboard practice. It'll give you some good practice doing some detective work. The other thing I'll say is I would like you to keep everything in fraction form. Try not to use a calculator if you can at all help it. Okay? Good luck, and as always, let me know if you have any questions.